Hi there, it's Day again. I just wanted to take a few minutes to walk you guys through something that I had found online a few years ago. It's 12 things happy people do differently, and then the oils that I think correspond with each of those steps. This was something, like I said, I found online years ago. I love it. Every single one of them is easy to incorporate into your life and makes such a small but significant impact into your life. So the first one is to express gratitude. And it says, when you appreciate what you have appreciates in value. So the first one is gratitude. This is one of my favorite oils. I love the smell of it. I just love the feeling that I get with it. I know that for a lot of you guys, you walk out into the world and we all get so busy. And so it can be so hard to take a moment and to be grateful for the things that we have in our life, even little things. Just earlier today, I tried to make a point to reach out to a couple people who I hadn't spoken with for a while, just to tell them that I love you and I'm thankful that you're in my life. I hope you have a great day. Just little things like that to show that you're grateful for those people in your life can make such a big impact on how you feel and on how they feel and just the world. So the next one that I want to talk about is cultivating optimism. People who think optimistically see the world as a place packed with endless opportunities, especially in trying times. So I would like to take a page out of Marcella von Harding's book and talk about conscious language. She has talked about how that has completely impacted her life, and I will be the first one to tell you it's absolutely impacted mine. I look into new situations now, and instead of going into a class or an environment or the office every day and saying something like, I want to have a good day, I choose to have a good day, and I will have a good day. Two of the oils that I really feel resonate with this Envision, and as you can tell, the bottle is completely beat up because I carry it with me constantly, and Abundance. I choose to have happiness and love in my life, and I will have it abundantly. So those are two that really resonate with me with optimism. Okay, the next step, number 3, that I want to talk to you guys about is to avoid overthinking and social comparison. Comparing yourself to others can be poisonous. The only person you should compare yourself to is the person that you were before now. I think that this is so important for everyone. Everyone has their own why in doing things, their own reasons behind what they want. And I really feel that your why is enough. If you want to better support your family, or you want a nicer car, you want a bigger house, your reasons can be your reasons. They don't have to be what somebody else's reasons for. If your reasons are because you want to save children in Africa, that can absolutely be your reason. They can be wide-ranging, but your reason is yours, and you don't have to compare it to somebody else. You can choose the life that you want. So the two that I have for that are stress away, because it can be a long and hard haul, and sometimes you need a little stress away while you're working on your why. The other one that I have is lavender. Lavender, just in general, it calms you. You don't have to worry about overthinking. You can just be in with how you feel and what you choose. So these are the two for me. After a long, hard day, I do lavender baths, and it kind of just grounds me, and it brings me back to my thoughts of what I want and why I'm doing this. And they resonate with me so much for this. All right, the next one is number 4, practice acts of kindness. Selflessly helping someone is a super powerful way to feel good inside. That is so true. And there are so many small ways that we can impact other people and impact the world in just little acts of kindness. Little things that come to my mind with this would be when you're walking down the street and you just smile at someone else. You have no idea how much your smile could impact their day in a positive way. Maybe they needed that. Maybe they're having a horrible day and you uplifted them. Another one, for those of you in the city, put spare change in your pocket into the meter that's about to run out. Or, as I said earlier, text someone who you hadn't spoken with in a while and just say hi. Have them, wish them a good day or just see how they are. The one that kind of resonates with me for this one is into the future, because small acts of kindness build, and it builds into the future. And that's why this one is so important, because not only are you improving your happiness, but you're improving the outside world's happiness. And whether that's one person or 1,000 people, it's impactful and it's changing the future. We're on number 5, nurturing social relationships. The happiest people on the planet are the ones who have deep, meaningful relationships. We are such a social people in general. It is so important to have those close connections and those people in your life that you rely on, that you trust, that you love. And this is where I feel valor is a great one. If you're more introverted, if you're a little shy, valor really helps to kind of help you come out of your shell a bit. The other one I have with this is it's a one we've already talked about, abundance. Valor and abundance, when you're going to holiday parties or when you're going to a gathering at work or going to see your hairdresser, valor and abundance can help you talk to someone. It can help you build that relationship. I just feel that even if it's somebody that you haven't talked to in a long time, someone that you want to reach out to again, or it's your mom, call your mom, see how your mom's doing, because your mom wants to see how you're doing. It's just about building those relationships, those nurturing relationships. And you guys, it goes both ways. You've got to make an effort and they have to make an effort. And then you'll have friendships for years. And that can be with anyone. Your mom, you can be best friends with your mom. I am. Your hairdresser, I'm also best friends with my hairdresser. You'll find the relationships that you need in your life. Now we're on number 6, develop strategies for coping. It helps to have healthy strategies for coping, pre-rehearsed, on call, and in the arsenal at your disposal. So these can be anything that you choose. For me personally, I have recently really gotten into yoga. It's something that calms me. I focus on it, so I'm able to push all of the outside distractions away for my 10 to an hour time that I've allocated to yoga. I also personally, like I said, I love lavender baths. I really enjoyed reading. Sometimes I get home and it's been a long day and I take my dog on a walk, and it doesn't have to be a long walk. It's a walk around the block, but it's me time. I clear my head. I walk around outside. I see how beautiful the world can be. Just taking a moment to focus on things can just help you cope with the stress of day-to-day life and to help you, recenter yourself. The two that I have for this category, peace and calming. This is something that I use nightly to help me fall asleep. It helps me to just shut my head off, and I can just relax into myself and fall asleep comfortably. I know a lot of people who use this at the end of a long day, or they use this in their baths, or, if they have anxiety building, they'll use peace and calming. Another one, and I heard about this, white angelica. White angelica is sort of known to help shield you. So if you're in an environment where you hear a lot of other people's stories or the stuff that they've been going through, instead of taking that on and adding that to your own stress, white angelica helps to kind of have a wall there. You're still going to be able to communicate and deal with them and work with them, but you're not going to internalize their issues. So it acts as like a buffer from the world. So you're just not adding additional stress that isn't yours to take on. I know that I've heard that a lot of hairdressers use this, massage therapists, people who deal a lot with the outside world. Especially with what we do, we have a lot of different stories, and we interact, with a lot of different people in the essential oil community who have their own stories. And sometimes white Angelica is a good buffer so we don't just take on everything that we've been told or have heard. So those are the two that really resonate with me, and using those in your coping strategies I think is just phenomenal. All right, number 7 out of the 12. Learn to forgive. Harboring feelings of hatred is horrible for your well-being. This is so true. When you are holding on to things, you're holding on to it. It doesn't impact the other person. It's bottling up in you, and that's affecting you mentally. That could be affecting you physically. The fact that you can't just get over something is just, conscious language. That's a big hump in the road. It's not allowing you to progress into your future. So obviously, forgiveness oil. This is another one, as you can see, the bottle's a little messed up. Forgiveness and gratitude are two that are constantly with me. I love the smell of both of them, and I love carrying them with me. Sometimes we forgive not because we are wrong, but we deserve happiness. That was a quote that I had found online, and it just really resonates with me. It's forgiving someone means you're the stronger, bigger person. Forgiveness isn't a weak thing. It's stronger for you. It's better for you. And so I just feel like that really resonates with your well-being and your happiness. Number 8, increase flow experience. Flow is a state in which it feels like time stands still. It's when you are focused on what you are doing and you become one with the task. Nothing is distracting you or competing with your focus. You guys, this is basically mindfulness. And mindfulness has become such a big thing in the news and on social media lately. We live in a world where everyone is on their phones or preoccupied with something else or multitasking. And just to be mindful of something is so very important. And I mean, this can go everywhere from what you're eating and being mindful of what you're eating so you don't eat the whole bag of chips, or you're focused on only having some carrots, something as simple as that, to when you're focusing on an important project, you are dedicated to that project. This can also be true in life, just being in the flow experiences, being present in what you're currently doing. And being present, it happens either when the situation's good or when it's bad, but you're alive right now in this moment. And so appreciate that. Good or bad, non-judgmentally, you're living right now in this moment. And for me, the one that really resonates is frankincense. It can be a very spiritual oil. It can be really grounding. It can be calming. It is something that I love. And kind of back to the coping, when I do yoga, I put frankincense on the crown of my head, or I'll put it just kind of on my chest. I love the smell of it and just the feel that I have when I have frankincense on me or when I'm smelling it. It's very impactful. All right, this next one should be a pretty easy one. Number 9, savor life's joys. Deep happiness cannot exist without slowing down to enjoy the joy. So, drumroll, joy oil, because of course, joy oil is a blend of oils. It has a lot of floral. It has rose, which will naturally raise your frequency. It has ylang ylang, geranium. It's just a happy, you know what I mean? Like, you just feel happy when you have it on you or you can smell it. And back to the last couple that we just talked about, enjoy life's joys. Be present, love the experience. If you're having time with your family, be there and enjoy it and focus on how amazing that is. You're grateful for them. It all comes full circle. I feel like this is such a good one because I think it's so easy to get distracted. And you don't even realize how much fun you're having sometimes if you just stop and take a moment and you realize how amazing that moment or that day can be or that week can be or that person. Enjoy the joys. All right, this is a big one. Number 10, commit to your goals. Magical things start happening when we commit ourselves to doing whatever it takes to get somewhere. This is so important. If you make a goal, stick to it, because that feeling that you get when you've completed it, that accomplishment, I mean, think about how amazing that feels, just mentally, physically. And guys, this doesn't have to be big things. You don't have to be Royal Crown Diamond overnight. I mean, you can be happy that you got your vacuuming done on a Thursday night. You know, it can be, I mean, not while the online class is going. You should probably watch that. But maybe on a Friday night. The little things that you set your mind to, the goals that you have, and following through with those. And each goal that you have leads to a bigger and more important goal. You're taking yourself somewhere. These are your goals that you want for your life. So the oils that really resonate with me for this one, Envision, and as you can tell, it's another one that's been in my purse. I have a plan. I can see what I want for my life in a year, in 3 years, in 5 years. I think that's an important thing for you to envision, because it allows you to have goals to get there, to kind of set a roadmap for you to get where you're wanting to go. And with that comes motivation, because sometimes you need a little motivation on your arm to get through the day. You wake up on a Sunday and maybe you don't want to make all those calls that you have to do. Maybe you want to just sleep in and you need a little extra motivation on you or around you to get through so you can reach the goals that you have. And so lastly with this is your highest potential, because you've set these goals so that you can reach your highest potential. And that is so important, because that feeling of accomplishment that we talked about and getting there, being your greatest self. So all of these for reaching your goals are so important. These are ones that I carry with me and that I put on daily. They're so important, and I'd love to share them with you. Number 11 out of the 12, practice spirituality. When we practice spirituality or religion, we recognize that life is bigger than us. We surrender to the silly idea that we are the mightiest thing ever. This is such an important step. Whether this is how you feel by going to church, whether this is how you feel by meditating, or whether this is how you feel, walking around or going on a hike and seeing that the world is bigger than you. One of the things that I personally do, and it's spiritual to me, at night when before I go to sleep, I like to go out into my front yard and I look up into the stars, because it is so profound how small I feel when I do that. I have a star chart app on my phone, and so I like to see, where I am in the world, how the world's turning right now, maybe I can see Jupiter tonight, or maybe I see a constellation that resonates with one of my best friend's astrological signs. It's just, the world is such a bigger place than you, and like I said, whether that's through going to church or looking up at the stars, it's so important to realize that it's not the most important thing. There's so much out there for you to be aware of and to connect to. So the oil that I have for this one is Awaken. And this oil is it can be so personal, I feel like. It can be kind of however you take it, whenever you want it. I use Awaken in the mornings. 1, because I'm not very much of a morning person. And then 2, because it awakens me to the possibilities of that day. And it awakens me to the world and to the universe. So this one really resonates me for spirituality. All right, we made it. 12 out of 12. Take care of your body. Taking care of your body is crucial to being the happiest person that you can be. In all of these steps, we have talked about how each step is good for your well-being, and that's physically and mentally. And just, like I said, going for a walk, looking up at the stars, talking to a friend, eating that slice of pizza, it's good for your soul. doing things that are good for you, going to the gym, or taking a minute to stop and read a book, or taking a minute just for yourself to just be. I just think that it's so important to smile and to laugh and to love. We're given this life to make an impact, and to make an impact on the world, but onto ourselves. I mean, we all learn something every single day, and I just think it's so important to take care of this vessel that we're given so that we can get to our highest potential. So there was a quote that I found by Maya Angelou that I'd like to read, and I just feel like this sums up everything so well. My mission in life is not to merely survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, compassion, some humor, and some style. So I will leave you with that, and I hope you all have fantastic days. I am grateful for every single one of you. Mwah.